Have you ever looked into someone's eyes, and while they smiled and nodded, even said they were proud of you, something deep inside you stirred, like your soul whispered, "This person doesn't mean it"? You can't explain it. There's no obvious reason, no fight, no betrayal, no sign of harm on the surface, but their energy feels wrong. Their applause sounds hollow, their laughter rehearsed. When you rise, they pause for a moment before pretending to clap. This isn't a coincidence. You're not imagining it. Carl Jung referred to this as the shadow, the hidden dark side of the human psyche that lurks behind fake smiles, empty compliments, and hollow cheers. But within it, it holds much more envy, resentment, hate, and unspoken competition. If you ignore that gut feeling, you'll pay the price. Emotionally, mentally, sometimes even physically. Because when hate wears a mask of love, it becomes a slow poison. It doesn't stab you in the back, it drains you while pretending to embrace you. In this video, I'll uncover 8 unsettling signs that someone close to you secretly despises you. Not just dislikes, but hates. Trust me, most people fail to recognize these signs until it's too late, until they're betrayed, used, or broken. But if you stick around until the end, sign number 8 will flip a switch in your brain, altering how you perceive people for the rest of your life. Let's start. Chapter 1. Sarcasm and Contempt. The poison behind the joke. You're so sensitive, relax, I was just joking. You've probably heard that, right? It sounds casual, even playful, but it cuts each time. What if I told you that those aren't jokes at all? They are weapons wrapped in a smile. Sarcasm isn't always harmless. Sometimes it's a surgical strike aimed at your insecurities, your weight, your background, your past mistakes. They keep poking at them over and over while everyone else laughs. You feel cornered, embarrassed. But if you react, you become the problem. This isn't comedy, it's emotional manipulation. Carl Jung once said, "Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. But people who refuse to understand themselves project that irritation outward. They make you their emotional dumping ground." So, when their sarcasm cuts, it's not comedy, it's contempt, and their laughter is just a mask. If their jokes always sting, if you feel anxious around their humor, if you laugh with the crowd but cry alone later, that's not friendship. That's psychological warfare. They're not joking, they're hurting you slowly, skillfully, without leaving a mark. Chapter 2. Subtle Sabotage, the knife in the back, wrapped in concern. Ever had that friend who conveniently forgot to tell you something important, that one bit of information that could have changed everything? Or the one who gave you advice that somehow made things worse? They missed your big moment, didn't show up when it mattered most, claiming they were busy. Once, okay, life happens. Twice, coincidence. But 3 times, 4 times? That's no accident. It's intentional sabotage. And the worst part? They don't stab you in the back. They do it while hugging you. Carl Jung warned us, the person who feels inferior often tries to keep others small rather than rise themselves. They don't want to see you succeed because every step you take forward reminds them of where they're stuck. So they keep you small, quietly, gently. Through forgetfulness, bad advice, or fake encouragement, they say, "I was just trying to help." But deep down, they know exactly what they're doing. And what makes this terrifying is that they look like your support system, but they're quietly tearing down your confidence from the shadows. If someone keeps delaying your growth, missing your moments, feeding your doubts, it's not concern, it's control. They don't want to lose you, but only as long as you stay beneath them. Chapter 3. Silent Competition. When every win becomes a war, you share good news, a promotion, a new project, a small win. You expect a smile, maybe a hug, but instead you get, "Oh yeah, guess what I just did?" Suddenly, your moment isn't yours anymore. You rise and they raise themselves higher, but not to celebrate with you, to overshadow you. It's never direct. It's always subtle, that shift in tone, the forced smile, the desperate need to match or beat you. Carl Jung nailed it when he said, "Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. But instead of understanding, they compete. What they see in you, growth, happiness, purpose, is what they've neglected in themselves. So every celebration becomes a competition, not because they hate your success, but because your light makes their shadow darker. You didn't enter a competition, but they did, silently, secretly, relentlessly. If you feel like your wins always trigger invisible wars, or your happiness sparks passive comparisons, you're not growing with a friend. You're surviving a silent enemy. This isn't support, it's ego wrestling in disguise. Chapter 4. Superficial Kindness, the smile that never reaches the eyes. They say all the right things. I'm proud of you, so happy for you, wow, that's amazing. But deep down, you don't believe it, because you feel it. The warmth is missing. Their eyes look elsewhere. Their tone lacks sincerity, and their presence disappears when it truly matters. Genuine people don't just say they care. They show up. They feel with you. They cry with you, dance in your victories, and hold your hand through your storms. But fake friends, they disappear during your highs and your lows. When they are around, their energy feels off-cold, indifferent, almost robotic. Carl Jung called this ego dissociation. It's when someone becomes so emotionally cut off, they lose the ability to connect with real human experiences. They don't hate you, but they're incapable of truly loving you. They float around your life saying what sounds nice, but never giving what truly matters: presence, empathy, connection. If someone is always absent when your soul needs them, and their kindness feels like an auto-reply, you're not in a friendship, you're in a performance. No matter how good the script is, you'll always feel the hollowness behind their smile. Chapter 5. Controlling through care. The most dangerous manipulation. It always starts soft. This is for your own good, you'll understand one day. I just don't want you to get hurt. It sounds sweet, safe, protective. But deep inside, you feel something's wrong. Your shoulders drop, your excitement fades, and your voice trembles when you defend your choices, because what they call care is actually control. They don't scream, they don't fight. They influence you subtly, gently, like a snake slowly wrapping around you, whispering lullabies. You share an idea and they tell you it's too risky. You dream out loud and they say you're being unrealistic. You make a decision and they suggest you're not thinking straight. And the scariest part, they're not always wrong. Sometimes their advice sounds smart, their guidance mature, but it doesn't lift you, it shrinks you. Their words make you second-guess yourself. Soon, you're asking for their permission instead of trusting your intuition. Carl Jung explained it perfectly. People who can't control their own chaos try to dominate others to feel safe. Their life is spinning, their emotions messy, so instead of healing, they control because it gives them a false sense of order. They don't believe in your growth. They believe in their grip over you. They don't force, they condition. They don't help you grow, they keep you small, and they make you think you need them. So if someone constantly makes you doubt your decisions or second-guess your instincts, ask yourself, are they protecting me or are they protecting their control over me? One empowers you, the other enslaves you, all while wearing a mask of care. Chapter 6. Gossip and Criticism. What they say when you're not around. You walk into a room and the smiles fade. The energy shifts. People look at you, then look away. Nobody says anything, but you can feel it. Something has been said. Something's been twisted. This is how gossip works. Silently, strategically, selfishly. When people don't have the courage to confront you directly, they choose the coward's way, gossip. They poison your image instead of confronting you. They attack your character, not your actions. They twist your words, make others question your intentions, and without you even knowing it, they plant seeds of doubt. But why do they do it? Carl Jung understood it better than anyone. He said, "The brighter your light, the darker your shadow becomes in the eyes of others." Insecure people can't handle someone who owns their truth, so they don't try to match your energy. They try to mute it. They gossip because your growth threatens them. Your presence exposes their absence. Your confidence highlights their insecurity. Your peace disturbs their chaos. So they turn to backdoor warfare, stabbing you with words you'll never hear, and then shaking your hand like nothing happened. But here's the truth. Gossip reveals more about the speaker than the subject. It's not your character on trial, it's theirs. So the next time you feel the shift, the next time you walk into a room that feels colder, know this. Their whispers aren't your shame. They're their scream for help. And while they talk behind your back, keep walking forward. Your silence is the sound of class echoing louder than any gossip ever could. Chapter 7. No joy in your success. The emotional absence that speaks volumes. They stood by you when you were broke, when life was hard, when everything was falling apart. They were there. But the moment you started rising, getting back on your feet, finally tasting the fruit of your struggle, what do you get? Silence. No "wow, I'm proud of you." No celebration, not even a genuine smile. You send them the news, "I got the promotion," or "look at this new opportunity." They respond with a simple "cool." You tell them about your progress and they nod, then quickly change the subject. You feel it, that coldness, that subtle emotional vacuum. It hurts. Why? Because when you were low, you were relatable. Your failure made them feel better about their own shortcomings. But now, as you're rising, glowing, and evolving, you remind them of everything they're not. They can't clap for you because your success shines too brightly against their shadowed self-worth. Carl Jung said it clearly. If someone cannot rejoice in your joy, they're battling an internal war. Your success becomes a mirror. What they see is not your happiness, but their own stagnation. So instead of rising with you, they retreat, not because you've changed, but because your change reminds them that they didn't. Chapter 8. Body Language, the Truth They Can't Hide. Words are crafted, smiles are practiced, compliments can be rehearsed. But the body tells the truth. When someone secretly dislikes you, they might never say it. They might never confront you directly. In fact, they'll say all the right things. I'm happy for you, you deserve it, you've come so far. But while their mouth is saying the words, their body is screaming betrayal. The smile is too stiff, vanishing before it fully forms. Their eyes don't light up. They avoid eye contact. Their body slightly turns away from yours. Their tone lacks soul. Their energy feels off. You feel it in the room before they even open their mouth. And no, you're not imagining it. You're not being dramatic. What you're experiencing is a deep, ancient intelligence inside you called intuition. Carl Jung said, "The unconscious always speaks through the body. Even when someone lies with their words, their body will leak the truth." Here's the secret nobody tells you. When someone feels envy, hate, insecurity, or competition toward you, their nervous system reacts instantly. They may be smiling, but their jaw tightens. Their shoulders lift, a sign of tension. Their breathing becomes shallow. They blink faster. They look away when you talk about your success. They clap a second too late. They hug you, but there's no warmth. These aren't accidents. These are emotional microsignals, tiny betrayals your soul picks up before your brain can even comprehend them. Why? Because your intuition was designed for survival long before language was invented. Our ancestors relied on instincts, body language, facial tension, tone, silence. You're wired to sense danger, even when it's wearing perfume and a smile. Now that you've seen the signs, what should you do? You don't need to fight them, expose them, or even hate them. You just need to protect your peace because peace is expensive, and you've been giving it away to people who didn't deserve it. It's time to set boundaries. Stop over-explaining, and stop hoping they'll finally clap for you. Most importantly, stop pouring your light into someone who keeps handing you shadows. Because here's the harsh truth. Not everyone in your circle is in your corner. Some people sit beside you, not to support you, but to study your every move, waiting for the moment you slip. And those people, they don't stab you with knives. They stab you with fake smiles, delayed claps, and silent resentment. So today you have a choice. Keep trying to win over the ones who secretly compete with you, or choose yourself. Choose your growth. Choose your emotional freedom. Because self-love starts where fake love ends. If this video opened your eyes, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who's been feeling this energy but didn't have the words for it. Drop a comment below and tell me which sign exposed the most truth in your life, which one hit you in the chest. And if you're ready for more raw, deep psychological insights and real talks about human behavior, hit that subscribe button because this is just the beginning. We're going deeper, darker, and realer to help you master yourself in a world full of masks. Your journey just got real. The end, or maybe the start of a new you.